Hi, I'm Lauren Taylor, Managing Director of Active Property Group. Our pooled mortgage fund, PMAC Trust, has been in operation since 2015, and since then, we've seen investor interest in mortgage funds grow and grow. Many people are interested in the passive investment style and the instant diversification of your investment when you're invested in a pooled mortgage fund. However, not all pooled mortgage funds are created equal. So before investing your hard-earned dollars into a pooled fund, here's 10 tips you should consider before jumping in. Tip number 1, ask yourself how much risk you're willing to take. It may be tempting to choose the fund with the highest return, but higher returns often involve more risk. Some funds may only include second mortgages, which are riskier than first mortgages, but deliver higher returns, while other funds may only offer investments in first mortgages, which have lower risk and lower returns. What you consider as reasonable risk will boil down to your individual circumstances and what returns you're looking to achieve. At APG, our pooled mortgage fund portfolio consists of a majority of first mortgages to minimize risk, with a small percentage of second mortgages to give the returns an extra boost. Tip number 2, check the track record of the fund manager. When entrusting your hard-earned dollars to a fund manager, you'll want to make sure the manager is competent and will take good care of your money. How long has the fund manager been in operation? What have their returns during that time frame been? Have they ever missed out on paying a distribution at any point? Although past performance is not a guarantee of future results, a fund manager that has a proven track record should be in a good place to manage your investment in future. Tip number 3, what LVR do they lend at? What if one of the borrowers defaults? This is where the loan to value ratio, or LVR, comes in. LVR simply refers to the ratio of the money lent against the value of the security property. The lower the LVR, the lower the risk. This is because if a borrower defaults and the lender has to take possession and sell the security property, there is more of a chance of recovering the loan amount and interest owed if you've loaned less than the security property will likely sell at. So make sure you take a look at the maximum and average LVR that a fund lends at. Tip number 4, check the liquidity of the fund manager. Some mortgage funds have minimum investment terms or penalties for withdrawing your funds. Make sure you check how long you have to leave your funds invested before you can access them. At APG, there's no minimum term you need to be invested for, and redemptions are offered on a quarterly basis with no withdrawal fees. Tip number 5, is the fund audited? This one's pretty straightforward. If a fund is regularly audited, you know that everything is being done by the book. Tip number 6, check the funds under management, or FUM. The FUM is a good way to evaluate the size and scale of a mortgage fund. While most people assume that the bigger the fund, the better it will be, there are still other factors to consider. For instance, a larger company will have more staff and overhead costs, so they tend to increase management fees, which may eat into your returns. Another thing smaller funds can offer is better customer service. Rather than speaking to a different member of the investor relations team every time you call, you'll get to know the people who are there to help you. Tip number 7, check if the ROI is realistic. There's a saying, if it's too good to be true, it usually is. Higher returns come with higher risks. Always ask the fund manager how these rates are achieved. Tip number 8, check the fund managers are themselves invested. If the fund managers invest in their own fund, then that shows they're confident with their strategy. If they don't invest in their own product, then why should you? Tip number 9, check if the portfolio is diverse. A diversified portfolio of loans spreads out the risk of your investment. Check if there is a mix of mortgage types, and security property locations. And tip number 10, find out what other investors have said. Checking the opinions of past investors is a great way to assess the quality of a fund manager, so be sure to check out reviews and testimonials. So, if you would like more information about pooled mortgage investment funds, be sure to like and subscribe to Active Property Group. Hit the bell notification icon so you never miss new content. To find out more about APG's pooled mortgage fund or our direct investment offering, simply click on the link in the description. See you next time.